Yo, we have Gundam Epion, new uni unit. Yo, give me a break here, guys. Yeah, yo, so we coming after new types like that? Today we're going over the red cards in the new dual impact Gundam set here. I recently had to move due to my last apartment flooding, and then recently I learned that my dog's in very, very poor health right now. All I ask is if you hit that like and subscribe button, but if you want to take it a step further, go ahead and leave a super thanks. Or you can actually leave a donation using the link in the description down below. Appreciate you guys. Here we have Suji's hideout. So it says, when this is destroyed, choose one enemy unit that's level 4 or lower, deal 1 damage to it. This is a base that really does nothing at all, pretty much determined when your opponent is going to take care of it. But overall, just putting this there and having like a ticking time bomb for your opponent to kind of look at is kind of interesting. But at the same time, it can be kind of weak because your opponent kind of control when they want to deal with it. But sometimes they just got to deal with it and they just got to have their guy get blown up. So it is what it is. And here we have Guadin, and it's a Neo Zeon warship. Okay, I wonder if we're going to start dealing with like warships and strongholds and things like that. I think there's one card that deals with it right now in the white, but we'll see here soon. If it is your turn, you may discard 1 red card. If you do, draw a card. I do like how it says red, so you can't like exploit this in any deck at all. So you play the Guadin first, you add the card to your hand. Pretty much, I guess if you don't like it, you can just throw it away and then discard it and draw another card. So that's a thing too. And it says you may, so it's not like you're forced to do it, like Durka says. So overall, this is alright. If you're fishing for certain combos, maybe this can help you get to those faster. Play like a control-y, combo-y deck. You might want to use something like this to kind of fish 4 cards just that much faster. Undying Persistence. Here we have a Pilot Hybrid Command card. Level 4 though. Main action step, choose 1 enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. Now, I feel like this is going to be a very good card in sealed format because it could do 2 things. It can also be that pilot. This kind of reminds me of the one cards like the Zeon Remnants. Nah, that card was awful. Even though you can use it early, it was pretty much the same effect, but that's pretty much it. Like, it couldn't really kill too many things, and a lot of players weren't playing super weak bodies like that. But sometimes, just like how any kind of ping card would do, you're able to still reach something sometime, but that was just a command card that had no other mode. At least this one, you can just use it as a clan or a new type here. So you have 2 very good types on this card. So this card isn't too bad. I think this card is definitely going to be a play in sealed. We have this card that says that one looks a lot stronger. So it says main effect, choose 1 friendly clan unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit that is level 4 or lower as its attack target. This is pretty good. This is almost essentially a removal card by relying on you having a unit in play. These cards I think are strong, but they're still a little bit weaker than something like Siege Ploy. Obviously, Siege Ploy is in blue, but Siege Ploy doesn't need to rely on anyone being a clan unit or anything like that. You don't have to select anything. So would we play this? I don't know. It's like if you're playing clan and you want a solid removal, maybe 1 or 2 of these. That's just my opinion. Would you play this in sealed? No, definitely won't play this in sealed at all unless your deck has an overwhelming amount of clan units. I would say maybe if you have like 5 or 6, maybe this is worth taking a look at and shoving it in there. But overall, I would go ahead and stick to units. Oh, yo, this looks crazy. So all range attack. Those bursts, choose 1 enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. Okay, that's an okay burst. And it says main, deal 1 damage to all enemy units other than link units. Yo, holy crap. Imagine having 2 of these in your hand and just like wishing an aggro player would go wide. This kind of reminds me of like 2v2 Adzam plays. It wouldn't even need to be that anymore. You just both play all range attack and just like wish people would. Yes, it doesn't touch links, but like the general aggro decks won't worry about playing that many links. They're gonna have some, sure, but you can go ahead and use your units in other fashions to kill the linked units while you're taking care of everything else. Now, my personal opinion, would this even be played? Oh man, like I'm gonna keep saying it, guys. If we had a sideboard, a lot of people consider this. A lot of players are already saying, oh, aggro's dead because now this card exists. I don't think so whatsoever. Why? I don't think players are going to play this card. If they do, they're gonna probably only play it at 2, or if you commit to a deck that really has a lot of ping in it already, so you can actually spread the damage yourself with a lot of your units, and then you can kind of follow with an all range attack that kind of puts it all together. Deal 1 damage here, 1 damage here, 1 damage here. All your guys have 1 damage left in order to die? Sure? Then play this card. Guys, let me know in the comments down below, where is this guy from here? So Oba Frost. So it says during your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit paired with a new type pilot with battle damage, draw 1. Dang, it just says paired with a new type. Dang, yo, so we coming after new types like that? Now, do we like this card over Yazak Jewel? But it's only for new type pilots. But if you got some Amros and some Char Azabols, I'm drawing cards. That's gonna be rough if people are still interested in playing blue-green aggro into set 2. Okay, so we have the second picture. So this is literally Oba standing next to him. So that's pretty cool how they did that. So it says during link attack, choose one of your new uni units. It gets +2 AP this turn. So it's every single turn while he's linked. And it says choose one of your new units. So this guy can technically be like the first 3-2 pilot at level 4. Am I seeing this right? As long as he is on a new unit. A new uni? I can't even say this. Is it uni? UNE? New UNE unit? Alright. This looks like some old school Gundam right here. Oh man. So we have a level 5 pilot here in Haman Karn. A +2/1. And it says when paired, if this unit is red, choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit, deal 1 damage to it. So this kind of reminds me of, obviously, Marita Cruz, thinking about it. Literally says almost the same thing, choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit, deal 1 damage to it, and it's only during link, and Haman is during when paired, as long as the unit is red. So she can essentially still go on a regular Kshatriya and still technically do the same thing. So the stronger the unit she's on, the more targets she's going to be able to do. Red ping, just straight red ping. Yo, we have the G-Quux gun cannon. Yo, look how crazy he looks. A lot of people was like raving this card, like we didn't have cards like this already out there. The Din already exists out there, so that's already a 3/2 for, you know, level 2 cost 2. However, it's not Earth Federation, so could you do an Earth Federation deck that is now blue and red? Can't you also do Earth Federation deck that has green too? Yo, I think Zeon's gonna need another color here shortly. It's gonna be white Zeon cards. We'll see. Yo, this artwork looks crazy. Okay, so that was a Gundam. So this is just a straight Gundam. Usually this black color scheme symbolizes kind of like a prototype Gundam. So this is the 01 Gundam. So here, pretty much just like the gun cannon, is a 3/2, level 2 cost 2, but it's just Neo Zeon. So Neo Zeon got a little bit of an early beater there. So this pretty much finished it up because we already have the Neo Zeon 2/3 card in the form of the Drazen sleeves. But here we of course have the 3/2. All right, here is a new uni here at a level 1. All the ones in the stats here are called the Daltris. So it says action main support. All right, so we have a supported here, new uni. No link though, but we can give our new unis all this extra attack here. So that's gonna be good. Okay, the Zaku 3. I like how the Zaku 3 looks. It looks so crazy. So here we have a 4/1 on level 3. It reminds me of course, your boy Razel, but he's a 4/3, so a little bit harder to kill. But this one has a link with Neo Zeon on it as well. So there's that extraness to this card. Now, would I play this card? I like cards like this. I like cards like this, but in the world of all these ping cards, it's just hard to say. It's just hard to really ever want to play anyone with one, you know, but not every single deck pings. If you expect a lot to be out there, probably won't even consider it. Yo, we have a Gaza C. Yo, this thing looks pretty weird. It looks like almost like CGI in a way. So we have a 0/1/1/1, and it just says main, rest this unit, destroy this. Oh, and choose one enemy unit that's level 5 or lower, deal 1 damage to it. Technically, it just says play one, it's on a body, be able to deal 1 damage to somebody. So if you really want to bring it down to that level, that's not too bad. It's if I were to play this with something like snipers in a deck, Zaku 2 in a deck that searches my deck for units, then I would of course probably trying to in my mind cheat this unit as a command card rather than like as a unit. Really? You know what I'm saying? Because like you could search your deck for units a lot easier than you can search for command cards right now. And so you can actually search for this guy. This looks pretty cool. So this is a gun cannon with only the one. So this is like the light gun cannon version. So it says Sayla's. Ooh, Sayla's light type gun cannon. That's awesome. Oh, it goes with Sayla Moss. Okay, here we go, boys. Earth Federation. So we got a red suit here from the G-Quux era. So it says deploy. Choose one enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it. Now, wow. Oh, unit token. Okay, read that way too fast. Sorry. Choose one enemy unit token, deal 2 damage to it. Like, even if the effect isn't that strong, maybe doing very specific decks, but it's a 4/2. I love this stat here, and it's a 3/4. That's a solid stat too. But Sayla says if this unit is blue, which is not going to be, he's only going to be a 4/5 with just this deploy effect, so nothing really else. So here with the Jin Long Range Reconnaissance Type. Look at that, almost look like box art. So it says attack if this unit has 5 or more AP. Oh, so this one's a Zap card. Yep, it's a Zap card. And it is attacking an enemy unit, draw 1. Buster Gundam not even getting this unit to where it needs to be is pretty rough. So pretty much it will need to be piloted, and you will need to be able to attack into something, and you need to have at least Buster Gundam it once. You know, once it takes 1 damage, it's dead, so you can't really like buff it using purple effects. Now obviously your boy is going to be testing this card out, because maybe I could find some math later on. Like whenever you include Lego in the deck, you always need to find that math a little bit more, so you end up playing cards like Vesalius instead of Gamao, which is, I think, is wrong. Then of course you always maximize on your Buster Gundams, and then you always kind of like get mad at your deck because you're not drawing your Buster Gundam. You're gonna get even mad more because you need Buster Gundam in play, and you need something else on this guy to give him at least a +1 and a guy to attack into in order to get a draw card. I don't know about that. This is I'm gonna say this card is not that good. It looks cool though. We have another Daltrus Command here. So he's a command type unit. He looks kind of like an alien. What the heck is going on here? Is this even Gundam? He has like the body of a GM. All right, so he's a 3/1 level 2, cost 2. So it says when destroyed, if you have another new uni unit, yo, give me a sec, give me a break here, guys. Deploy 1 rested Dauntress new uni AP01 unit token. So if he destroys himself, he at least gets something in play, and he just needs another unit in play, so he doesn't need to actually be like paired. We're gonna have to see what we can do with all these tokens here. All right, you have another Dauntress here. If you have another new unit in play, deploy 1 rested 0/1 token. A rested 0/1 token. Red purple ping decks or blue purple ping decks are gonna be like, what does your deck even do? And of course that new command card is going to deal 1 damage to anything. Like, what are we doing here? Get rid of all these things. Oh, we have Gundam Ashteron MA mode. Yo, this thing looks scary AF. So we have another new uni. So it says deploy. You may choose one of your new uni units. Okay, it gains height maneuver. Awesome. So your token can essentially at least become unblockable. So as long as we can get our tokens some reliable damage, then they won't be so bad, I guess. So we have another Gelgoog here. So Sugai's Gelgoog. So I think we have a second one. The other one that goes with any clan unit, but it costs 4. Holy crap. So let's go ahead and see what this guy does. So it's deploy, choose 1 enemy unit that is level 5 or higher, deal 2 damage to it. This is just one of those things, guys. Like, I feel like obviously in the use case scenarios, this could definitely be at least decent. Kind of like how Aegis Gundam is, where if you're fighting against the right deck, it just feels incredibly lethal. I don't know, like, would you use this at a tail end of a clan deck as a way? Overall, I don't think I really like this card too much. It's just because it has to be level 5 or higher. Maybe if it's at level 4 or higher, that pretty much hits most of the units, and everyone's pretty much plays a level 4 in their deck. Not every deck plays level 5s. Gundam Ashteron, like with the red face. This looks so mean. Support 2, pretty cool. And deploy, you may choose one of your new uni units. It can't receive battle damage from enemy units with 2 or less HP during this turn. Now, I like that a little bit more. If it's at 2 or less AP, that would have been awful. But 2 or less HP, that's pretty good. Oh, this almost feels like a Blitz Gundam, where if you receive that Zaf threshold, you can pretty much have that unit kill whoever that it can attack into. This is kind of similar to that. So you play this guy, and of course, if you have one of their guys who are weak, you know, just attack right into it. Boom. Just receive no battle damage at all, or just make it seem like their cards like Zord is just not going to be able to block you. So here we have Hamon's Gaza Seed. I'm sorry, but doesn't this look like a copy paste? Like these units here were literally just copy pasted and place it on this card. But anyways, it says when paired, choose 1 enemy unit as level 3 or lower, deal 1 damage to it. This is a decent card. Oh, this is a way better card. Yeah, so even though you can't play Hamon till level 5, but it still says when paired with anyone, essentially. So you can put any of your guys, maybe if you're playing Marita Cruz in the same deck here. This is a pretty interesting card. I'm not really mad at this one. Yo, we have G-Quack Saikamo. This card is crazy looking. This is the box art card, just coming at you with that. Yeah, that is a Zaku axe. So we have a level 7, holy crap, 5 cost in the big boy territory here. So it says deploy. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may deploy 1 clan unit with level 4 or lower among them. Return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. I know what you guys are thinking, and yes, it's better than the Salt Shroud. I'm sorry. I keep saying it. I love the unit. He's one of my favorite units as like an actual Gundam, but his card is just not too good because it requires you to pair it with something. So you have to play something with it. Clan has so much synergy with each other that I feel like this could be stronger, but I will have to say this. It's weird how Zaft was like not a strong deck for pretty much for its entire duration of season 1, but it had so many cards. You know, a lot of players say cards aren't good because they don't have support. A lot of cards did very, very well in set 1 without any real support. All they really needed is like, you know, their pilot, and it was pretty good. I think it was because it was too much that everyone's trying to do too much with it. This is just my theory here. Maybe Bandai is really truly thinking about 2v2 format, where something like that will probably work better in 2v2s. Maybe Clan would be work better in 2v2s. Gundam G-Quax, that's all about the 2v2s within the show itself. So come on, guys. Yo, we have Gundam Epion here. So I'm playing. It's Gundam First Saga. Yo, this is like if Gundam Shenlong and Epion definitely like fusioned, right? And it does, well, it has a mega particle beam cannon in its chest. Okay, this thing is crazy. We have Breach 1, pretty decent, not too crazy here. And it says deploy if there are 3 or less enemy shields. Choose one enemy unit that has 5 or less AP. Deal 2 damage to it. Yeah, this is strong, but it's only when deploying. Okay, let me take a step back for a second. For some reason I'm thinking like it's an attacking. If your opponent is weak, if you were able to play this in an aggressive mid-range deck and he's pretty much your topper, but like, you know, if the game goes long, sometimes you want to just be able to like press this down and just immediately just shoot some of those pesky blockers out of your way. Will this card be played like that? I don't know. So maybe not something that's super hyper aggro, but more of a mid-range build that can go faster. You know, I'm always curious, but it's a new uni. Yo, this card looks fantastic. The Quibbly. Man, so they got the Kshatriya in her. Yo, next set we're gonna get Queen Mantha and it's gonna be over. Alright, so it says level 7. Jeez. Cost 5. So we're not playing Haman until level 7 now. So that's a lot, you know. So it's a 5/5 stat, and it says when linked, this unit gains suppression. Holy crap. Yo, we got suppression in red. That's crazy. So it's during pair with any Neo Zeon pilot. Attack. Choose one damaged unit. Deal 2 more damage to it. Okay, so we're just Battle of the Aces, anyone? Any Neo Zeon? Yeah, oh man, if this doesn't go literally with a Kshatriya deck, mid-range Kshatriya mono red with maybe some blue because we want draw, right? What are we doing? This is going to be a fun card. Yes, this is going to be played. This is going to be played. The only thing I can think of is the issue that we're going to have with, of course, is being level 7. With red decks being like more like control mid-range decks, you know, they do go a little bit slower, you know, and they have the command card to make sure that like aggro decks aren't really killing them. They can actually go into late game, and like having this as a decent unit to fight against control decks as well, because it just says as long as anything's damaged, so being able to spread damage to everyone like their blockers, and then being able to swing and deal that extra 2 damage in there as well. Yeah, this card is a really good card. I can just think of a lot of good scenarios where this card is just performing really well. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. Actually, I know where to start. I'm gonna play some new uni. Why? Because it seems like an awful idea. It seems like a worse than Zaf idea here, but I'm pretty sure I know that like pretty much all of the Haman ping cards are probably going to be what actually is going to be looked at the most and played at like the highest levels. But anyway, guys, what card are you most interested in? Go ahead and put in the comments down below if there's any synergies you want to play it with, any certain color combinations, anything you've been trying and testing so far that you found. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, if you're feeling generous, there's going to be those links in the description down below, as well as a super chat button. Yeah, life is really hard out there, guys, but I'm keeping my head up. I'm moving forward, and most importantly, I'm not letting nothing stop me. All right, peace out, guys.